I like that. I like that last one. That was dope, man.
Yeah.
Very much so.
That was dope how you did that. I like that.
So before we get started, the first thing I want to say is it's really good to see everybody today. I'm very, very glad that I'm just going to say Jesus, right? Jesus knows we do this podcast every Thursday, and he decided that today was the day, even though it was at like the final hour, you know, it's like you're about to walk, you know, down the hall and get that charge. Our man Ty and DJ got their power back so they could be here with everybody today. So it's good to see you guys. I'm glad you got the power. I'm glad the house is cooling down, and I'm glad that we made it through that baby storm they called a hurricane.
Yeah, baby. You can call it baby.
Hey, that was enough to knock out the 2.7 million people in Houston.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is what I want you to think about. When you have everybody and their mom moving to Texas, the thing that you might want to do, if anybody's out there listening that gives a shit, actually upgrade the power grid before you start building all these houses so that people don't lose power in a storm that would be considered a rainstorm in other places. You know what I mean? It was it's the stress on it, man. Like everything for me, our power went out when the eye went over. Like there's no rain or nothing, and all of a sudden it's like burp. And when I was like, for real, you couldn't even go out and like the wind was howling and it was bad and you're a little scared. Then the power, no, you're watching TV like we're gonna be. Oh, the power went out. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, it was bad. This one sucked.
Yeah.
You were what was that? 4 days, 3 days, 4 days?
Yeah, 4 days no power. Just
4 days no power. And then it rained.
Yours went off Monday morning, right? Monday morning about 7, 8, 9 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah, that's how I got woke up. That's how I got woke up on Monday. I woke up out the bed. It was, babe, the power is out. I'm like, golly. So now I'm like, man, I didn't take the generator out the night before. So I was like, okay, let me get myself prepared for this because I can already see the rain coming down. You know how when you first wake up, you don't even have all your wits together. I was like, I'm just mad already. Like, so I jumped up mad because I didn't wake up before the storm so I can get it. Even though we put stuff away the night before, I was thinking that I had time to, see the wind coming and everything else. But no, I got woke up and the rain was already coming down. So I had to go put my rain boots on and go out and hook the stuff out on the side of the house. Thank heavens, thank goodness that we did have a generator. The generator that we had, it wasn't big enough to power everything in the house, but it was sufficient enough to where, we had lights and we were able to keep the freezers and refrigerators and stuff functioning. But when I tell you by day 3, I think Donovan was medium rare. I think Austin was well done. You know what I mean? Brooklyn had a little bit of pink. Renee was well done as well as myself. So we are full done steaks. I was just about to give up, but I sent Brooklyn and Austin to Gigi's house. And it's crazy because I think Gigi's the power lady because Gigi came over. As soon as she came over, she was here for probably about 15 minutes. And then as soon as Brooklyn and Austin got in the car to leave, the power came on.
Yeah, but they were still like, we're still leaving.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. They didn't trust it. They were like, we're out of here. They took Ramsey, the little baby dog, and they're gone. They don't plan on coming back. So I don't know when they're going to come back. Shouts out to my man Donovan because Donovan's like, you know what? I told him, I was like, son, you might want to go to GG's. At least you can take your game and you can play your Call of Duty and stuff. Other than, listen, I'm gonna tell you real funny because it's real fast. Just be funny. I come into Donovan's bedroom this morning. He's laying on the bed long ways. And he's laying with the fan on the bed long ways on the bed, like 3 inches from his body because he was that hot. So you know how you got those long, little skinny stand-up fans that kind of turn this way and turn that way?
Yeah.
He laid it parallel to him on the bed, like 3 inches away from him. So I'm like, man, you got to be hot, bro, if you literally like are in the bed like it's your girlfriend in the bed with the fan. So yeah, he was about to quit, but he made it. So
yeah, well, Ty treated his fan that he had in the house like it was his rifle, it was his gun.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
This is my fan, and there's no other.
Yeah, I learned more about fans, electricity, weather systems, and we got a meteorologist in our neighborhood here at Glenlock Farms, and he was nice enough to explain why a Category 1 hurricane, with the eye, the right side, the eastern side of the hurricane passing by the way it did, why it caused so much destruction and everything. And I mean, the way he explained it, I couldn't imagine if it was a Cat 2, 3, or 4. That would have been.
My brother-in-law sat through when Michael hit Panama City. That dude didn't evacuate. He sat through a Category 5.
Wow. Smart man.
He didn't have power for 2 weeks. That dude was shitting in a bucket in the yard. Like he had no power, bro. If I get hot, if my fan in my bedroom, somebody cuts that bitch off and I'm asleep, I'm waking right like, hey, I don't feel no air movement. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. Well, just think about this though. That was a fast-moving storm, bro. That thing hit land down in like Port Aransas or wherever it hit between Galveston and Corpus at like 4 a.m, and by 2 p.m, the entire storm was through and gone. So it moved fast, but like
did some damage though. It did a lot of damage really, really fast. And the crazy thing was, once the rain stopped, it got hot immediately right after. Like it was like a bunch of rain and water, and then it was just like now you're in this sauna, and it was just oh my goodness. So I gotta call my guy, my electrician Quan. Shout out to Quan. I think he watches our podcast. Man, he's a guy I met at the phone.
Hurry up and get here.
Yeah, he's gonna hook me up. But I would tell anybody before you go spend all that big dollars to get those gen rack things put on your house. I would me and Al were talking about it right before the thing started. I would just tell you the generators work. You just got to make sure that you get one that is going to be sufficient for the space that you have, and they work like a charm. I had mine ran through the gas line and never cut off. It ran perfectly. Like when things were running, the stuff that the load that it could hold, it did an outstanding job. So I was super impressed with that. But because it's running straight to my circuit breaker, I have 2. So I had to make a decision on what side I was going to run my stuff on. So now I'm going to have my electrician guy come over and kind of like reconfigure the things that I need in the case of a storm. And then that way, when something like this happens again, I can just go back out and push button and I can be good. And not
saving that money, bro. Saving that money.
Yeah, because the thing is like $6,000. They sell it to you for 6, and it's 18 by the time that they hook everything up. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. No way.
So what's worth more to you then? Because you were like, I'm not spending that money and I'm not gonna, get this generator. So what's worth more to you? Suffering for 4 days, sweating, pissed off, not happy, or having the comforts of what you pay for, like just the generator. Like I think the $6,000 would be worth it, even if you only use that thing 2 or 3 times in its lifetime. But if you have it, and this happens again, you're going to be the guy going, dude, I'm so glad I had it. I'm going to be at your house, by the way.
I'm with Scott.
But I'm just saying,
not 6,000, bro.
It's worth it.
It's not 6,000.
They're like 10 to 15 to 20, depending on what size you need. And then you with us, we live in a panhandle. Like we're going to lose power eventually. But I don't know if I got 20 G's just sitting around, shit, I'm about to buy an RV, and I'll just get my family in an RV and drive the hell up and drive north.
It builds character because at the end of the day, it was hot. It was hot, but it wasn't like, it was like penitentiary hot. Yeah. Like it was like jail hot. It wasn't like
Al, real quick though. Al, I want you to think about this just real quick though. If you would have took both pair of Luke Casey boots back, you could have bought a generator, dude.
True. Hey, my feet gonna sweat, but I'm gonna look good sweating. I'm gonna have wet ass feet, but I'm gonna look damn good at sweating. Just so we're all clear.
Yeah. Plus, my wife looks good sweating when she sweats. It's like it's attractive when she sweats, but she's not happy when she's hot like that. She's not very happy. Like everybody's walking around on eggshells. But it was kind of bringing the family together a little bit because everybody has to get to where it's cool. So everybody's around that fan. So like I actually saw my kids for a couple of days because otherwise they're up in their rooms playing the games or on their phones. So we played a lot of Uno and we got in the golf cart and rode around in the night to get some cool air. So we wait till about 11, 12 o'clock and we'll get in the golf cart and just roll around, let the wind hit everybody. And by that time, everybody's sleepy. And then we get back home and you don't really care. You just go to sleep and wake up and hot again. So we did a lot of that. It was, it could have been worse. And I just want to give shouts out to those who still are without power. Yeah. Our hearts are with you, man, because we know how that sucks. But we stood in the suck for a little bit. I think it built character for the family. Little bit.
I want to give a shout out to Tatum for his MacGyver-like skills to keep all of his electronics, his VR headset, his iPad, and all that stuff impeccably charged. fuck a fan or anything like that that's keeping us cool. Don't worry about them batteries. But I'll tell you what, his VR headset, absolutely 100% charged at all times.
Yeah, you find out who people are when you go through a little something. So now,
no, he was great. He helped. He was a lot of help.
Peyton was outside in that spaceship that BMW spaceship your wife drives, charging all his shit.
Hey, that ain't no joke. He took a nap in that thing as I was listening to on Monday and Tuesday. I was listening to the radio. He took a nap in it.
I don't blame him. I told my wife, I'm gonna lay in my truck. I'm gonna put the seats up. We'll cut the AC on. I don't care about gas. We ain't going nowhere. No way. We'll take your car, but I'm gonna sleep in my AC.
Well, since we're here, let's do it, man. It's the Triple Threat Bet Podcast. It's your man, DJ Royalty. I'm in the building with my man, Ty Cobb, my man, Matt Johnson, and the man, Albert Hero. We're back, y'all. We made it through the storm. The storm ain't gonna let us, we ain't gonna let that take us out. And we do what we do. We're here with you, and we want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for following, subscribing, liking, loving, and all that good stuff. But I just wanted to send that out, man, because we're nothing without you guys. We do it for y'all. So that's my cue. We back. I just had to do it, man. Just bring it in.
For sure.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
It's good to see all four people in one place because we've been all over the place for the last couple of weeks, trying to get prepared for the next season at hand. But it's good to see that we have the whole crews in the house today, which is good because we get to bring you guys another version of just reminiscing with a couple people today.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say my hats off to Becky because while Matt Johnson sat in an AC fucking hotel room in Savannah, Georgia, cool, probably laid around in his drawers, probably had to put a hoodie on at one point in time because it was so cold. Becky and his son, they had to tough it out in Houston in the heat, sweating, while this dude sat in the AC. Shout out to Becky. You know what I'm saying?
So real quick though, funny story. Becky was trying to get Ty and Scott to come hang out because we got power back on Monday night.
Was that Monday when she called?
Take my shit back. Becky, you ain't shit.
Tuesday, Wednesday, when it was still theirs when she was like, "Hey, go." What I thought was really funny about all that when you guys were texting Ty is Becky was like, "We got AC, you should come down." And at this point, right, got to get gas. There's long gas lines. You don't know what's happening. So you were like, I just don't want to chance it with the gas, right? I want to make sure we have enough in case we got to go somewhere. So
I got a story.
You were like, bring your AC up here and hang out. Becky was like, shit, I'd be a gazillionaire if I knew how to bring AC to you.
Right.
Well, I take my shout out back, by the way, because Becky, you apparently you aren't shit. You only had to suffer for a couple of hours. You're weak.
Yeah, she was reaching out though the whole week. So I very much appreciate that. And the story about the gas is like, I mean, I've had to, I've been through some hurricanes in Jacksonville, been through some prep, here, been through Harvey here. 2021 we had through, I can't remember the name of it. But so I've done some prep. I've got generators, I've got stuff. But here's one thing I noticed, like Al can speak to this. In Jacksonville, when a hurricane comes through, you board up your house, you do all that stuff. Motherfuckers in Texas are like, nobody did shit to their houses, and everybody's out in the street partying. Like, right as soon as that hurricane goes off, everybody's back shooting fireworks. Because, it was crazy. Like, there was block parties going on around this place. I mean, it was hot, but people were still having fun. Yeah.
That just means that we're not experienced in what it's like if it really gets your ass. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. What got me was having to go and find gas every day because I only had, 3 gas cans and a finite generator. It was a small generator, so it wasn't huge. And so I had to every day find gas, and it was getting hard to find gas within 20 miles of here because you know how I am with crowds. Yeah.
Siphon hose and take your neighbors.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Hey, some black ops were about to happen, man. It was about to go down. Like no shit. I got my bag out. I got my kit bag out to get a flashlight out of it. And as I'm getting my flashlight, it's 80 degrees in the house. I'm thinking to myself, I started feeling like, holy shit, where am I at right now? Am I in the Middle East? I mean, it was weird. I text y'all when it happened. Yeah. It started making me feel a little bit weird, having to have a mission to go get gas, go get food, being hot as hell. Having people complain around me, that was not good. So,
Tatum had an MRE, bro. He had food. I had it.
Tatum and Sarah weren't upset. It was all the people at the gas stations. Like people acting like the apocalypse sometimes. It was just unnerving to me. So,
but it's amazing at when people don't have the things that they think are necessities, how far they go to just lose their shit because they don't have what they feel like is like a need, right? Like AC and all that stuff is good, but you know, all of us on here have been to countries where if you told them that you have AC at home, they'd be like, damn, y'all rich. We're like, what do you mean? Like AC, we open the windows and do all that. So I mean, like, people out there, like, understand and just appreciate what you have, right? And just always remember that somebody's got it worse than you, right? Like, think about all those people that their house burned down or something like that. Like, you may not have AC, but at least you have a house, and at least the people that you love are around you. And sometimes people have to be reminded of that. But when there's no gas and food's going away, people lose their shit.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I see somebody in the green room.
Yeah. So look, let me do my DJ thing just real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
You might coming in a little. Bring your mic down a little bit, because I think you're coming high.
Me?
Yeah, just a little bit. Just on your main, on your main one. See, we don't
coming in hot. Coming in hot.
Where do I stop? And
how's that?
Yeah, now you sounded sexy, bro. You was like extra
oh shit.
Yeah, you was extra sexy. Speaking of sexy, man. You know what I mean? Speaking of sexy, speaking of hot, speaking of all this stuff, you see the hat? Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah, they can see it.
That looks like a
you see it? This is, man, I wear this all the time. You know what this is.
Special edition hat too.
You know what it is, man. You know, and look, I think I checked in on my man, you know what I'm saying, from the storm. He's doing all right. But y'all don't understand. Like, I rep this, but I was at the gym today, and it's like, Bubba Westly, yeah, man, just go look at it. Spotify, get it up. This is my man. So this is what I do. This is why I went to the gym today. I had my Bubba Westly hat on, I had my beats on, and I had my tank top on. So I had the guns out. Got stopped by the police twice. They're like, hey, man, you got a holster for them? I'm like, bro, he's come like this. I can't put them up unless I put on a jacket, but it's like 105 degrees outside. So, they let me go. But before that, y'all need to know what we do and who's part of the crew. And I think it's about time that y'all do understand how we do this on the Triple Threat Bet podcast. What you say, Ty?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who we know. They don't know who we know.
Yeah,
the Versace cowboy himself.
You know what I'm saying? It just got. I know why my AC and stuff got on, because my man, the coolest man in Texas, was in the area, so I could not be without power. The power is now.
There you
power
go.
Is here. Just bring in my man, everybody, that you all know and love. The man, the myth, the legend himself, the soulful voice of Texas. Come on, man. Bring in my man, Bubba Westly. Y'all know what it is. Let's do it.
What is up, guys? Man, I need you to introduce me every night, okay? Every show. That sounded phenomenal. I need you to do it. Bring the guns and everything, man. You ain't got to holster those things in my show, okay? They're welcome.
How you doing, man? It's good to see you.
I'm fantastic, man. I'm holding up. The last 24 hours has been one of those trying periods. And I mean, I had power, so I understand Houston is, and my hometown, man, got leveled. Like over 97% of Morton County was without power, and I don't even think they're like 50% of Morton County is still out without it.
Wow.
But I live in Brenham now, so we really didn't catch much. We might have got some like 50, 60 mile an hour winds, but that's been the craziest. But my AC went out last night. So I felt like I was in Houston, and bro, and I had my mom who lives in Cyprus and my grandmother who's, 85 with my mom and my niece. They came to stay at my house because they didn't have power. They didn't have water till like 2:00 today out in Cyprus. So
your wife is with child. That ain't fun. Hot AC, bro.
No, she made me go to Walmart last night because they were the only thing open and buy a window unit. I didn't even know how to install a window unit, guys, but last night I learned how to read instructions.
You should have called me. Well, I'm from the trailer hood, bro. That's all we had. You know what I mean? I got you.
My mother was like, come on, you grew up with these, right? I was like, you're right. You are correct. All right.
Yeah, but once I bought this place and I had a real AC, I forgot that those worked, Mom. Like, I just never had a need for it,
Yeah. I only detached those and I try to sneak out the window. I never try to put one in. You know what I mean?
That is great. But now, other than that, man, we were blessed. We missed a storm. We got hit a little bit, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But thank you, boys, for having me, man. And I hope that y'all are all doing okay. I know Albert's doing okay. Yeah, you ain't got nothing hitting you yet.
It's cold up in Florida.
Hey, listen, dude, it's a matter of time before one of those decides to go. Where does Albert live? Okay, that's where we're going next.
Yeah.
I'm a punk, bro. I'm a punk. I don't ride it out. I head north. When the last one that hit Florida, my wife and I was living in North Carolina. Like I told my family, like it's going to be bad, and it was a Cat 2 or 3. I was like, you guys should just pack up and drive to North Carolina and stay at my place. My wife's like, no, it's not going to be that bad, bro. She called me and was like in tears, like I don't know what. So I called like my neighbor he's in the Army. He's a Green Beret. He runs across the street, checks on my family. I'm up in the like just chilling in the AC, got food, TV. Like my wife's got buckets trying to keep up with the pool that's overflowing onto the porch. She's sandbagging the porch by herself. I don't feel bad for her though. I told you, drive your ass up here. You decided you was going to be tough. You want that tough that time.
Sounds like your wife and my wife would get along very well.
Yeah,
she was like,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All the way around.
They made hamburger helper on my gas grill. That's how bad it was.
Nice.
Like they were like, we don't have because we have all electric, so we don't have any gas. So she went outside and fired the grill up and said it tasted like ass. I'm like, I got a whole case of MREs. She was like, I'm not doing that. Okay, man.
I'm telling you, dude, though, that is one thing about like going to look for houses. I find a house that has a gas grill. I get it, it's gas or whatever, but I'm gonna tell you what, if the power goes out, we're about to make all this food that's gonna go bad if we have enough in there, and make sure that stuff's cooked because you just got to light the match. We're good to go. You can still make food. So gas stoves is a must. Yeah. That's a good deal right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't no lie. Well, I can't say that. We're all electric over here too, but I'm going to say my wife picked it out.
Yeah, there you go. So how are you, Bubba? How they doing?
Yeah.
Man, things are great, man. I've been so busy. I know y'all can kind of tell. I keep up with everybody as much as I can on social media, and I hope y'all do likewise. And I'm sure y'all do because I see y'all commenting and writing on there. But man, it's been very, very busy, man. We got a year that came, totally unexpected. Things started happening, and I guess it was just a matter of time. When you stay on the grind, a matter of time before something great starts happening, and a lot of great things happen this year. In the last few weeks was nominated for a finalist for the Texas Country Music Association Emerging Artist of the Year. So only took 10 years to be an emerging artist. You know what I'm saying?
I see. We were watching you climb the charts, though. I mean, you are moving up the ranks pretty quickly. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
it's working,
quick,
man. We're doing some great things. I got a new single coming out August the 2nd. We just posted the release date. Y'all are actually the first ones to know that release date because I just got off the phone with my promoter. So August the 2nd, the new single will come out.
Nice.
But Falling Star's doing great on the charts right now.
When you win, Bubba, when you win the award, are you going to go up and say that your music ages like fine wine? It was just a matter of time. Is that what you're going to say?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good. I think if I win the award,
I'll win.
There's a lot of people I got to thank first, man, because all I do is write the music and record it. There's a lot of other people that do the stuff in between, man. So
you sing the hell out of it too, man. That's the big part.
Thank you. That's part of it, man. But there's a whole team that doesn't get the FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so there's a lot of thanks that I definitely have to give, behind that. But
hey, there's a barbecue place here, Bubba. No bullshit. It's called an 850 barbecue with the guys from Texas. He's an Army vet from Texas. And me and my wife, a couple of weeks back when we pulled in to get some of his lean brisket, he was playing your shit. So I was like, oh no shit, he had your shit playing in the back.
No way, dude. That's freaking awesome. That is awesome.
He parks in a parking lot of a church every Saturday. So if y'all look up 850 barbecue, them guys are.
I will do.
Yeah, he's out of Texas, but he was like, "Oh, you've heard of Bubba?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I've heard of Bubba." He was jamming your shit. I was like, "Okay."
Do you want me to call him right now so you can say what's up?
Right now, brother.
He's jamming
Let's
your
put
shit.
him on the air.
It was crazy. He was damn playing your shit. I was like, that's cool. That's my wife was like, hey, I was like, yeah. I was like, but he's a Texas guy, so he definitely knows.
That's super cool, man. Yeah, we've been, and so right now, and this is how we kind of, I would say, measure the way we're noticing things are happening. We started putting merch orders online because my new website will be up in August, but it's not up yet. So we've taken all the website stuff that's down. If you try to order something on the website right now, it just kind of says it's in delay. So I've just been posting like to my Snapchat and just social media, like, hey, if you want a hat, you want whatever, here's the link to order it directly. We'll ship it to you directly. So I've personally have been, and my wife have been getting all the direct orders. Dude, we've been sending orders to Alaska, Washington State, Iowa. It's just kind of crazy. We're looking at this stuff and I'm like, okay, so people are paying attention outside of the state of Texas, and that's cool, man. That's cool. I graduated with 35 people, bro. To go from that to people in Hawaii and Iowa and Washington State ordering hats with my merchandise with my name on it. That's just exciting.
You know what I'm saying? Did you graduated? I mean, you can't say that for all of us.
You know what it is, man, is when you stay in the course and you have a good heart and your intentions are good things are always going to happen, man. So everything that's happening for you and the family, it was already destined. It was already written. All you have to do is just keep being you and keep doing what you're doing, man. And great things are going to come, man. I know it. When I saw you on the stage, when we went for the rodeo, man, it's different when, you talk to somebody, you see them on this level. But when I saw you performing, I actually saw you out there doing your thing. I was like, oh yeah, he's going. This is it. Bubba is the truth. So I know it's going to happen, man. So, blessings and peace to you, because I know it's going to happen. And when it happens, boom. Like I tell Matt all the time, Matt doesn't know he's about to blow up like the T-shirt guy in Texas, but he doesn't know it. He just got to keep on believing it, keep speaking it into existence, and it's going to happen.
I heard that, baby.
Congrats. I seen you post. I don't remember how.
I need a DJ Royal like a pickup. Just like, you ever see one of those 8 balls you just keep by the bed? You're like, yeah, today's gonna be a good day. You shake it. I need you to have one of those, just like an inspirational, like you just wipe your hand over it and something comes out. And DJ Royal Steve.
He could be your hype man. I was gonna say like Puffy, but we don't want to talk about that. But he could be like he could be like the hype man.
I don't know. You know what I mean? A lot of attention.
Used to be say he could be hype man like Puffy, but we don't say that no more. That's bad.
Yeah.
No. So, Bubba,
thank you, Julie, and thank you. I appreciate y'all wearing that gear in Kentucky.
Hell yeah! So I know
reading the comments.
I know that you have like limited time, but I do remember talking to you before you came on. You got a lot of. I know it's been a big year, so that big year's in the past, and all the things you've done before now has gotten you where you're going. But you have a lot of big things coming up too, right?
For sure, yeah, definitely. We'll be this month. Tomorrow, actually, we'll be down in your area, and it's probably will be one of my last shows, full band shows in the Richmond area for the foreseeable future, only because, man, we're growing into other type of venues and other bigger venues, just to say like that. And this is a venue that I've played for 10 plus years, Lone Star Saloon right there in Richmond, but tomorrow will be my last show there. So that's going to be a very, I wouldn't say emotional, but it's going to be one that kind of means a lot. It's one of the venues I grew up in. That's one of the closest venues to where I grew up, period. My grandpa grew up in Richmond, Texas, so that area and playing that venue always means a lot. But just the way the growth has been and the way things are moving, it's just part of this industry and part of the career that I chose. So we're going to have to be moving, to bigger things from that venue. So yeah, if you're in the area, man, in Richmond tomorrow, y'all come hang out with us in Richmond at Lone Star Saloon.
Bam.
Yeah.
Richmond Lone Star Saloon.
Yep. And then the end of this month, we got two big shows. We'll be in Alvin, Texas on the 26th at a place called Big Axe. And on the 27th, we'll be in Victoria, Texas, Dodge City Saloon in Victoria. So haven't played Victoria in, man, probably like a year and a half. So that's going to be a crazy show. Yeah. Victoria always, man, shows up. I don't know what it is. It's just one of those towns, man. Every time we play there, they show up like crazy and they have a good time. So I'm always looking forward to getting back to Victoria.
Well, if you ever do a video for Can't get you off my mind while you're sitting on my face. I want to be in that video, man. I got you.
Well, then you're not watching YouTube, baby. It's already there.
It is great.
Oh, I got it. You know what?
I tried to get my pastor to play it on the big screen, but he
we're going to have to do a remix.
You're a pastor.
We're going to have to do the remix on that one. I got to get on that.
Oh my God, dude, you're pastor. Yeah. So we were that whole video, man. Just
it's great.
Kind of took it took its own. That whole song.
Yeah.
That was just like one of those things you don't expect, to ever like just happen. And I wrote it as a joke with my lawyer.
Yeah.
My 69-year-old lawyer. And he's 70 now. He's 70 now. But when we wrote that song, he was 69.
69. There you go. Yeah.
Nice.
And dude, just, you don't expect it. And we were playing around, started playing it at shows just live to test it and to see, what's going on. Then all of a sudden, everybody's like, hey, play that Sit on My Face song or play that, You're just like, oh, dude, no way.
Yeah.
No way. Like, even, dude, we got merchandise at live shows now that say wine 'em, dine 'em, 69. I can't hold it in stock. I'm not even joking. I'm not joking, dude. We ordered 60 hats that say wine 'em, dine 'em, 69 'em, and different colors and stuff. I don't have one left. It's sold out of all of them in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, dude. So people are buying it. So we made shirts that say it, and we want to make sure that we remember all the women out there that have dealt with difficult dudes. So we got a shirt that says, I've wrote faces I should have pissed on, just for the ladies, too. So
there you go. I like that one.
Yeah,
that one's one of the biggest sellers,
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
And it's funny, too, because I tell independent artists all the time, because that's just the truth about this industry, man. If you're an independent artist, you got to find ways to really, really get out there, because you don't have a big record label backing your spins and backing your Spotify and backing your Apple Music. It's about shows and it's about grinding. And on that grind, man, is merchandise. Yeah. Tell everybody, dude, my merchandise has grown from 1 T-shirt to 10 T-shirts and 20 different hats. You know what I'm saying? And people are buying them, and people want to continue buying them. And that's what keeps food on the table, gas in the tank, and diapers on that baby coming in September. You know what I'm saying? So
September's good. That's about September when?
September 16th.
Okay.
No way.
September 16th.
You know what September 16th is? Well, what it's supposed to be anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll know. That's Chief Pinning Day right there.
Yeah.
That's when the chiefs in the Navy, when they get promoted, that's the day they pin their anchors, September 16th.
Oh, cool, man.
On September 16th.
Yep.
I should be a grandfather on September 23rd, my birthday. So September's going to be a good year.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
We're going to have a grandpa on the show times 2.
Yeah,
Look at
that. I don't see it. I don't see it. That's why he lets the gray come in now.
Well, now he is. He's just trying to catch up to Ty. That's all it is.
I got one. You can't see it. I got one coming in over here somewhere.
Whatever, Bubba.
Bubba Westly.
That does not count.
I got one black one over here. Hold on, I got one black hair.
Well, hey, Bubba, I always appreciate you coming on. We try to support you very much as we can, and we'll try to make it to a show when you start hitting them bigger venues for real. I can't make it tomorwer night, but I wish you all the luck in the world.
Shirts in stock for you, Ty, that you requested too. Whenever you're ready, baby, just let me know.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'll go online and order them tonight.
Oh, they're not online. I kept those on the side for you, so.
Oh, I appreciate
thinking about you, buddy. So you just let me know whenever we'll get them to you. And I appreciate all you boys, man. Thank y'all for everything y'all do, as always.
November's coming soon. You know where you're supposed to be for Turkey Day.
I know where I'm supposed to be for Turkey Day.
All right,
there you go.
It's going down.
I'm coming too. I'm keeping that days for my cheat day.
Okay.
Because right now I'm doing this hardcore keto, bro.
I want black folk turkey.
I'm gonna sing that song to the turkey. I'm gonna hold that turkey. I can't get you off my mind when you're still sitting on my face.
Well, I've got your link tree in the bio.
To the turkey, because I'm in, baby.
All right, I got you.
I've got your link tree in the comments, so audience there, check that out. Click on his social media, buy some of that merch, and get out there and see Bubba Westly at a concert near you soon.
Thank y'all, boys. I appreciate it, man. And I hope to see y'all all soon. It don't even have to be at a show. Y'all let me know. Let's catch dinner sometime.
Yeah.
Whatever. Let's do it, baby. I appreciate y'all, boys. Thank y'all so much. Matt, thank you. Ty, Albert, DJ, Royalty, as always, baby. Thank y'all. Have a good one.
All right.
Yeah, have a good one.
Oh, man.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, hey, Scott, why don't you take us out? Let's take a break, and then we'll come back with another special guest. I see him in the green room already.
All right. Well, we can. This is the Triple Threat Bet Podcast. I'm your man, DJ Royalty. In the building tonight, you have the whole crew. You have my man, Albert Hero, my man, Matt Johnson, and Mr. Wax Poetic himself, Ty Cobb. We have a special guest coming in. You know how we do it. This is season 2. Y'all seen Bubba Westly, but I'm going to let y'all know who we got in the building. No, I'm not going to let you know. I'm going to keep it a surprise. I got my man in the building, and he's going to be here to wax poetic with us in just a few minutes. And we're going to come back after we take this break. But you guys don't go nowhere. If you have somebody who's not on right now, this is the time to call them and tell them to log on, get on, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you in a minute. DJ Royalty.
Gear up in style wearing Got Your Six apparel. Every purchase makes a difference. It's more than just clothing, it's a statement of gratitude. Upgrade without breaking the bank. Discover cost-effective, high-quality clothing made in the USA. Each shirt is handcrafted by our team in the great state of Texas and shipped for free to your front door. Got Your Six is where quality meets purpose. We're a small veteran-owned business that takes pride in the mission and the value of our products. Join us in growing a community, supporting our heroes, veterans, and first responders by wearing a custom design.
I thought you'd never ask.
Visit sameflagsameoath.com and use the code TRIPLETHREAT for 10% off. Follow us on all social media platforms for any upcoming releases or events, and you can reach out to us with questions anytime. We are here to support our brothers and sisters.
You've served your country. Let us serve you. Buying a home can be a stressful process. At Veteran Mortgage Solutions, we have decades of experience qualifying your benefit income and making it part of your credit profile. We help veterans obtain mortgages at great rates with better terms. This is our dedication to America's warfighters.
Mana mana. Mana mana. Mana mana.
That's because I couldn't get the other video to play. So
I guess that was even better. That was even better.
Went to the old standby. So I can't, man. We are so lucky. I've been looking over the guest list of some of the people that we've had on, the stories that we've had, the sharing, the good stuff we've done for veterans, giving them tools. And I mean, our next guest, Scott, I want you to introduce him. But our next guest is just leadership personified. I was thinking that
Do we need to go to parade rest? Do we need to be at attention? Like, how does this work? I just want to make
I
sure.
think we got to stand at parade rest, but we'll wait. If he calls fall in or at ease or something, then we'll do it. If not, if he's not in that kind of mood, then we'll just let him be a guest.
I want to double check.
But
You know what you're supposed to do. You know, it's that brief that you give when you're in the chief meetings and you have that brief, and then the big dog is about to come in. You tell everybody, hey, tighten up, everybody, tighten up. Hey, fix your stuff. Hey, get your stuff straight. Hey, about, let me see, 10 seconds. All right, everybody. 10. Huh. Intern into the room. Mr. Legend himself. My man, Rich.
Hey, how you guys doing?
What the hell you doing?
Not much, guys. I'm sitting here in my garage, sweating my tail off, but it's not too bad. I got my fan running, so it's a little bit better.
There you go.
So you're caught. You're
The shirt. I love the shirt. Love that he is greater than I shirt. That shirt's awesome.
Yeah, I absolutely love that company. I've got so much of their stuff. Got it on my truck. I only ever put 2 bumper stickers on my truck. One is a Bigfoot silhouette, and the other one is this one. So
based out of Hawaii, if I'm not mistaken. I think
they are. Yeah, they got another place in California, but their original store is in Hawaii. They just put out some. As a matter of fact, just got the new catalog not long ago, so they got some really good stuff on there. But I mean, honestly, it's the message. That's what it's all about.
Awesome.
It is.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? How are you? It's good to see you.
You too. Yeah, been a while, I guess. I'm doing well. Things are going pretty good. I've been working on some of the veteran stuff. I'm the co-chair for the Fort Campbell Retiree Appreciation Council now. I'm on the board of directors for the Military Police Regimental Association, and looks like I'm probably going to move to vice president for that. And then I work security at my church, which I feel is very important. In this day and age, unfortunately, that you have to have security, but that's one of those things that I volunteered to do, and I really enjoy it. I've met a lot of the people in the church and stuff from just working the door and kind of being that presence, but also, just being that friendly face that they see. So, God is good.
There he is.
So I have a quick question for you, Sergeant Major. So you've been out for roughly about a year now?
No. 3 years.
It's been 3 years? Oh my goodness. Okay.
21. Yeah.
21.
That was the Ricky Bobby moment, bro. The Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
Jeez. 15. I got to lay off the peyote.
So what have you learned about yourself? Have you learned that you can't stop moving, or have you learned something else that you may not have known about yourself?
Well, so I was in a long time. So I had kind of briefed myself. I had prepared myself that this was going to come. I mean, SMA Daily always used to tell all the nominative sergeants major, hey, treat this job as if it's your last. You may not get another job. And so really, when I first got into the nominative world, I just figured that job was my last, and then I get another one, and I'm like, okay, that job's my last. And then I get another one. That job's my last, and then so I was prepared for life after the military, and I've been in for so long that I really didn't know what else to do, and I was really worried about the job market and everything else, and I guess the biggest thing that I realize is take your time to find something that you want to do, and don't just jump into the first job offer you get, because you're going to get in there. And I think I read a stat a couple of days ago. I think the average veteran works like 3 or 4 jobs before they finally find the one they want. So I was just extremely patient, and frankly, I've applied a couple of times at jobs that I was interested in, and it didn't work out, and not discouraged about it. I mean, I'm doing fine financially. I really don't need to work. So it's just one of those things that when I find the right job that I want to do, then I'll be all in, just like I was in the military. But you know, I'm using the time to concentrate on myself and my family. And, you know, I got my mom out here and she's going through some health issues and stuff. So, you know, God gives me the ability to be able to take care of her, which I wouldn't have when I was in the Army. I mean, I just couldn't invest that kind of time. So, you know, I think the biggest thing overall that I've learned is just, you know, hey, pace yourself when you get out. I mean, you've raced your whole career in the military, and I don't think you need to do that once you get out.
Yeah, Matt always talks about the fact, and Berto as well when we have him on the show. You know Berto, of course.
Yeah.
But he always talks about, you know, the Army preps us real good on how to be in the Army, but there may not be a lot of real teaching that goes on how to be out of the Army. So in the last 3 years, what is your opinion on that?
Yeah, it's funny because I actually got a survey from, I think it was the VA just a month ago or so, asking about the TAP process and all that. And a lot of work needs to be done. A lot of work. I mean, I just don't think that, I mean, good intentions. I mean, A for effort, D minus for execution. I really think that we need to bring in some of the business executives, or even videotape some of the big name recruiters, you know, the Amazon recruiters, the IBM, stuff like that. Videotape them and let them give their thoughts and inputs on stuff like resumes and job interviews and things like that. And then, you know, financial preparation, you know, the financial clip. I went to the executive course for TAP, and I just really didn't get a lot out of it personally. I mean, I already knew everything from self-study and that, and to go in there and like, okay, well, hey, turn in this resume and let them critique it and all of that. Well, there's 1,001 different ways to write a resume, you know, and so it really depends on the job that you're going after and that type of stuff. So I do think that they really need to revamp that process, and they need to focus more on the industry professionals as opposed to having somebody just teach you out of the book.
Yeah. I tell you, I'm in Savannah now, but I was in Hinesville yesterday. So I've been at Fort Stewart and Hunter for the past week, like filling jobs on the base over there. And I talked to a young man yesterday during a hiring event that we actually sent an offer to. And this guy did, you know, 5 years in the Army. He got out. But when I was talking to him yesterday, we had a conversation that kind of leads right into what you guys are talking about, where he was like, I was on my way getting out. And so I'd asked the young man, I was like, hey, you just got out. Like, have you applied for your stuff? What are you doing? He's like, I'm in the process. I'm going. So I told him, you know, a great resource to go to your local VFW, find a VSO, talk to them. They can help you through the process. And he was like, really? And like giving him that information. But what he said to me during it was like, yeah, I was getting out. I had like 5 months because he came back from deployment or whatever it was. And I was getting out. And he's like, everybody that was in was like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, you can do all these different things. And everybody kept telling him what to do when he got out. And I don't know why, but in that moment I said, well, you know what the problem with that is, right? And the young man was like, what do you mean? I said, here's the deal. Everybody that you listen to is still in. None of them are out. None of them know what it's like to be out of that. So we are all, when we're in, listening to the advice of people that are still in. It's the same people that are preparing us to do our job and go. So that point you just made of bringing people from the outside is great, because give us a different perspective, right? It's almost like if we go do a mission anywhere, what's the first thing we do? We got to gather like local intelligence, and no one in our unit is going to give us that, right? So it's the same kind of thing for getting out. And so when I was talking to you yesterday, I just heard you talking, Rich, I was like, that makes so much sense. Like, everybody we're listening to is still like, listen here, young buck, you'll be all right. And they're like, I'm going to be all right. You get out, you're like, it's nothing like he told me. And he's still over there collecting that active duty paycheck, you know? So amen. I think that's a good idea. But now the question though, what do you think we can do to get there? Like, what's the step to get people to allow things like that to happen, people to give us videos, show them in the classes, get it done? Because the biggest hurdle there all the time that I used to hear and me and Scott now being in recruiting, especially trying to work in the community, is, well, we can't talk to those guys only, because if we do, then it looks like we're endorsing only them. And that means they're the only one. But like, there's got to be a process where there's someone we can trust that can come in. Like, what are your thoughts on how to make that happen?
Yeah, I think the way around that is you do an open call to those industries that want to provide that information to you, and whoever steps up to the plate. I mean, you could do this where you just rotate it. You could actually put a data bank online through taps of, hey, here's a recruiter from Amazon, here's a recruiter from Exxon, here's a executive from Google who wants to tell you here's things that are important and this and that, and make it available to anybody. And if you've got that video library on there, similar to something like YouTube, you can go in there and you can find the area that you're interested in and be like, man, I really want to get into cybersecurity, and I know Google's got a big thing in this. So, oh, hey, there's something on Google. Let me check this one out. Or hey, I'm interested in getting into in science and in development or R&D and stuff like that. There's all sorts of ways to do it, to make it and say, and then the old DoD disclaimer. We do not the views of these opinions are strictly their own, blah blah blah. We're just providing this as information. I mean, there's ways to do it. If it would not be hard, obviously. Politics is always going to stick its nose into something stupid, but I think that would be something that you can do. You just do an open call and say, if you're interested in providing this information to our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Guardians, Coasties, then do it. If you don't, drive on.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of do that with SkillBridge already as well, right? You got to go through the process, you got to apply, you got to get in. But like here lately in the news, rightfully so, when you look at the recruiting numbers and everything's going, a program like SkillBridge is one that's like they're reviewing a lot of that right now, because it's not in the best interest sometimes right now to let all these people go away like that so early, because we need them because of the state it's in. But we already have the process to do it. It makes me think too, like, when you're overseas living, like when I was a military kid, so we lived in Germany, and a lot of times we'd watch AFN. So on AFN, they would always have like the journalists from the units are on there on the TV, and you had like your local like military news channel, and they would bring people on in the community about events and stuff. I wonder if you couldn't do something like that, where you have like a military veteran network where these people that we give the call out to say, hey, do you want to tell us about your stuff, could create like YouTube videos or Instagram reels or things that you could push on these channels other than just recruiting tips, right? Because I think if you show people what else you can get when you get out, that might be just as valuable as what you're going to get while you're in, right? Maybe you get more people by showing them the things that will end up coming from you being in the service,
Yeah, I mean, Amazon's a prime example. I mean, they're a huge employer of veterans and stuff like that. And I would almost guarantee if you reached out to the executives at Amazon or something like that, they'd be all over that. Be like, hey, what do you need? What information do you want us to give and stuff like that? So, it's out there. It just, it's going to take somebody to. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bring it up now. When I'm next time I'm at Fort Campbell, I'm going to ask him, say, hey, why don't you do this, or why don't you just even go out into the local community and talk to these industries that are looking for people, and let them give a pitch. I mean, what's it going to hurt?
We're doing it, Rich. So Matt, I think we're already scheduled for one in August. Am I wrong, Matt? We're scheduled for one. So that's one thing we're trying to do our team through military housing, right? It's military housing. We're on every base across the U.S. So one thing that Matt and our team is trying to do now is start going to TAPS classes and doing employment briefs and going, hey, here's our open jobs across the country, and start doing that. But it's going to take more industries than just one. Like you said, the Amazons, the major companies to just send somebody out to a TAPS class and get with that TAPS team and say, hey, we want to come in and give a 30-minute presentation. We can even talk about, we're all veterans, we can talk about, and we've got executives at our company, that are willing, like our senior executives that are willing to go with us and talk about the company and talk about the opportunities. So I think it's going to take just more of those type of companies that are willing to let their veteran team, like Matt and myself, and we have a ton of veterans on our team or in the company that are willing to go out and say, hey, we want to go. I think, is it Fort? Which one are we going to? Is it Fort Stewart or Fort Hunter?
Fort Stewart and Hunter. Yeah. But the other part of that too is, Al, a good point to that is these companies that you would bring out, like, yes, we want you to come tell us what you offer, but send your people out to tell our soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, tell them if you're going to write a resume, this is how you do it. If you want to do an interview, we're going to be on the post next week, and we're going to sit down, and you can just come see us, and we'll interview you for whatever job you want to do. We want to prepare you for this thing. So I think that the hardest challenge to that is finding companies that are also willing to go there with no return on investment. Other than giving the information to people to help them. And then let's be honest, this is why companies should hire veteran. You should have a veteran department like they do at colleges to allow to bring that talent in. You know, it's reliable. They're going to be there on time. They're not going to go out on sick days because they went out too late last night. If they did, they're still going to be there. They're probably going to have a headache, but they're going to go to work.
You're going to show up.
Still going to perform better too.
Yeah,
I may be here in PT, but I'm coming at 6:45 in the morning.
For sure,
absolutely.
But I think it's that return on investment they don't get. Why you would run into roadblocks, because always with everything that I've seen when I've gotten into the civilian world, when it's time to go help someone, there's always like there's someone in the room going, what's the return on investment if we do this? It's like, really? Like, let's talk about being a pillar in the community. Let's talk about being that champion for veterans that everybody says they want to be. Let's be that, you know, and until we get a lot of people to do that. And we're also going to have to get the leaders in the military to agree to go, it's okay for me not to, like the perfect example. I'm still in telling him what to do to get out. I got to be willing to kind of let go and allow someone else to come in and mentor my people to tell them what they can do to be better. Right. Because I don't know what it's like out there. So those are some pretty big challenges to overcome, but I think it's doable.
Oh, I agree 100%. I mean, there's no shortage of companies that would want to do it. In my opinion, I think a lot of them, they want those veterans and they know what they're going to get out of it. And if anything, it's free advertising for them. You know, hey, I may not get a couple of people right away, but if my name's out there and we're saying we're hiring military and here's what we're willing to help you do this and that, they're going to get calls. And it's just, I just think that we can do a better job in that front of preparing our people. And then I think the other job that the military in general just really sucks at is that we don't prepare our soldiers financially. We don't. Our service members financially at all. I mean, all the dang training and everything else that we invest and we don't take time to train these kids in financial responsibility and stuff like that. You know, okay, mandatorily making them do the TSP is one thing, but teach them about investing, teach them about compound interest, teach them about the importance of, you know, of not being in debt and all of that. And we're missing the boat on this because all we're doing is we're just creating a future welfare state for when they get out of the military because they don't know how to manage their dang money.
Yeah, for sure. And then like teaching them that use your VA loan to get that trailer now, rent it out so that when you buy that house, you have the trailer that you're renting. And then you've got into that small 1,500 square foot home that you moved up into because you got promoted, and start to invest that way because they have the tools there. But it's a great point of, what do you do with those? You know, like everybody in here can say, if I knew what I know now, then it'd be way different. But the problem is we're also not in still, so we can't give that info, right? So, I mean, it's everywhere, to be honest, right? Like you just got to be willing to help people. You can't always go into something, like I said earlier, with a return on investment. You know, you feeling good about who you're helping should be the only return that you need, but you know, sometimes that's hard to find.
Yeah.
I've got an interjection real quick. So I feel terrible about this, but Rich Woodring was a platoon sergeant in a company I was in. He wasn't the first sergeant, but he was the operations sergeant major and the CSM. So I learned this stuff since day one. He's been saying this stuff. There's a saying in the Army, like sergeant major literally used to, you know, jump on the first sergeant's desk to get him to listen to the issues that he needed the soldiers to be taken care of. This is when he was a platoon sergeant, and he's still doing it as Mr. Rich Woodring. So I feel like I've cheated the rest of the Army for me to have this leadership every day. So my bad, Sergeant Major. Please proceed, sir.
No. You're. Thanks for the shameless plug. I don't remember half the stuff I said, so I mean, honestly, you reminded me that helps out.
Well, look how I turned out. You said some good stuff.
Yeah, you know,
he married a woman with money, Rich. He was smart. He was like, I
Yeah.
took what he said. And
Oh,
I
he
got
already
a
knows
woman
that.
who had money. And I married up, and that's how I made it.
That's for sure.
I had this kid in Hawaii that I always bought used cars, and that was my thing. I mean, my truck that I have now is the first new vehicle that I have bought for myself in at 25, 30 years. And I had this old used Tundra over in Hawaii, and this kid drives up next to me. He's got a new Tundra, and it's jacked up. He's got all this crap on it and everything else. And he's like, he goes, "Hey there, Sergeant Major." He goes, "That's an old Tundra you're driving there." He goes, "You need to, a Sergeant Major should be stepping up." And I just looked at him. I said, "Well," I said, "You have a nice truck." And I said, "Is it paid for?" And he's like, "No." He goes, "I'm doing payments right now." I said, "Where'd you buy it?" He goes, "I bought it over here on the island." And I'm like, "Okay." And I said, I looked at him. I go, "You're a sergeant?" He's like, "Yeah." And I said, "So I'm going to do the quick math here." I said, "You're probably paying $725 a month on this thing." And he's like, "A little bit less." And I said, "Okay." And I said, "Then your insurance, add on there." I said, "So you're roughly probably like $1,000 a month in this thing right now." And I said, you probably got 6 years to pay it off." And he's like, "Yeah, right around there." And I said, "So then if you factor in the interest and everything else and what you're going to pay for this thing," I said, you're already, I said, 20% depreciation at best when you drive off the lot. I said, "I bought mine used. I paid for it in cash." And I said, "Everything that I would have paid on that thing, I've already gotten my money back for it." And I said, "I'll drive this until the wheels fall off." And I said, "You're still going to be stuck paying that thing. And I could already have bought another vehicle by then." And I said, "Just the interest alone that you're paying on this," I said, you're not doing yourself any favors." And needless to say that if you could tuck a tail under a vehicle, he did that with his vehicle. He drove, because I mean, it's just, I'm just like, you're going to come over here and bag on me, and I'm going to just make you feel bad. And I'd walk through the barracks, and there's Joe in their room, two kids in the room. They both have 65-inch screen TVs backed up against each other. They have a Nintendo, a PlayStation, an Xbox, you name it. They all have it. And I'm just looking at them, and I'm like, "Guys, what are you doing?" "Well, if I have to move to a different room, such and such." I said, "You realize how stupid you guys are right now?" I said, "Why don't one of you buy the TV and the other one get the game or something, and then down the road when you can afford it?" I said, "You guys are wasting your money. You're just throwing it away." I'm like, I said, it just never ceases to amaze me. And I tell them, I said, there's nothing wrong with buying something expensive. If you're going to buy something and you want to get a name brand and stuff like that, do it. But have the intention of keeping it forever. And that's my thing. When I bought stereo equipment, I bought like high-end stuff. I bought Yamaha and Sherwin Vega and Bose and stuff like that. And I just got rid of my Bose AM5 speakers. I donated them to Habitat for Humanity. And the guy looks at me and he goes, "Man," he goes, "these things they're brand new." He goes, "Why are you getting rid of them?" I said, "I bought these the first time Iraq invaded Kuwait." And he's like, he goes, "You're shitting me." And I said, "No." And he goes, "You're kidding me." I said, "Nope." I said, "When we went into the Gulf War," I said, "that's when I bought these jokers." And I said, "I guarantee you right now," I said, "they're probably still the loudest speakers you're ever going to hear."
Right.
But I bought them knowing I was going to keep them forever. And, and so I'm okay with some of those things when you do that. But, you just got to have a plan. And a lot of these kids, they just spend because it's the first time they ever got money, and no one talks to them about investing and saving money and thinking about it. I mean,
well, that sergeant Rich probably makes what, 40 as a sergeant back then. $4,000 a month. You're paying $1,000 damn near a month. 25% of your income is now going towards a vehicle. 25% of what you earn is now going to a vehicle. Yeah. I tell my wife all the time, we joke all the time, because my kids are always like, "You're going to get a new truck." All mine's paid for. And it's funny because I couldn't tell you. I know Scott drives a truck and Ty drives a truck because I've been in them before, and Matt's got a car. But I couldn't name 10 people that I know, 10 friends of mine that I know what kind of vehicle they drive. You know why? Because it's a status symbol, and I don't give a shit about it. I don't care what you drive. It's a status symbol for other people to look at. look what I have. That's crazy to spend 25% of what you earn every single month on a status symbol for somebody else to be like, nice truck. That's just crazy to me. Like the whole thought process is just insane to me.
Yeah, it really is one of those things that when you think about it, that the stuff that people get wrapped up on and competition wise over, like, I'm not ashamed to say it, man. I am a Ross and TJ Maxx aficionado, man. I will go there and I will find every single dang thing that I need. And I'm telling you, if I get a score, I'll tell everybody about it. I mean, the other day, I'm getting ready to go in the fall. I'm going to go up backpacking and fly fishing up in the Appalachians and that. And I was in Ross one day, and they had a 75-liter backpack in there. And I can't remember the name of the company, but I looked it up online real quick. It was selling for $165. I got it for $12.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm just like, man, I'm bragging to everybody I would listen to me. I'm like, you can't believe this, And I mean, it's just, but I get a bunch of my friends that'll sit out there, and there you go. They'll go spend $120 on a pair of pants, and I'm just like, why? I just don't get it.
Yeah, $120 and they got holes in them. You're like, bro, I could have helped you out on there. I could have helped you out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just smart shopping, and some people I guess if that's what trips your trigger, but it definitely doesn't trip mine. So
the only thing I go crazy on, or I spend like money on, is boots. And I'm not talking about my Gator boots. I'm talking about like I wear boots. Like I buy Ariat. I buy good quality boots because they last. But Georgia boot, Ariat. I wear boots.
Luke Casey.
That was an accident. I was drinking. I'm not making that mistake again. My wife's already.
But again, that goes to the adage though. If you're buying quality, you're buying something that's going to last.
Yeah. I've had the same pair of Ariats for 6 years now. Like
and you're a retired senior chief though, Al. So I think you got the prerogative to do what you want.
Unlike the girl I saw sitting at the hospital today that was wearing the knee-high pink anime boots or whatever the hell. I'm just like, I didn't get it, but hey,
those
whatever.
Weren't tactical at all.
Those were probably $200 or $300, and they probably will last about 3 weeks.
Yeah. And they hurt. You can't walk in them. But I look good for that one Instagram photo.
My daughter was just like, Dad, don't look. I'm just like, staring at him like, what in the hell? Hey, different strokes. I just
good
I told her, I said, hey, you're bold.
Good thing for me now that I'm pushing 50, right? Yeah. I'm looking 50 right in the eyes like this.
How close is this guy?
I'm like this, like we're
okay. You're making
it like we're like right here. So me now, I'm cool with it. I used to be a Jordan and Nike and all that stuff. Now I get my stuff from I got 2 words. It's called T-Move. And if you don't know about it, it's the thing to do. I can get, little wheel spins and it gives me like 90% off. I had a bunch of stuff come to them house. My wife's like, what is all that, man? I had like 5 pairs of shorts. I had some flip flops. I had like 3 t-shirts. I had some hats. And I think I may have paid like $45 for all of that stuff. I'm fine with it because my kids are like, Dad, what is that? Well, hey, man, listen. See, that's the thing. I go to the gym. I got stuff like if I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm not wearing a bunch of high quality clothes at the gym. I'm just gonna sweat them and everything else. T-Move's perfect for me. If I can get 9 pairs of shorts for $12, that's 9 days that I go to the gym with something new on, right? And I'm good. $12. While my son got some stuff today. I'm like, bro, I don't even want to ask him what he paid for that stuff. But 1 pair of shorts, like $100-something. That's crazy. How
my son bought a pair of Drake shorts because the name Drake's on them. The name's in the tag. You can't even see the name. Yeah. It's in the tag. I got to take your pants off to see it. It's $85 for some short swim trunks.
Michael Jordan hasn't played basketball in 30 plus years. And people are still paying $100 plus or $300. I went to the outlet mall, and you go into this one store, and they got all the old Jordans that you can't find anymore. But to get a pair of Jordans, just because they're available at that store, they're like $500 for a pair of shoes. And I'm like, who would pay $500 for these shoes just because they're the Jordan 1s, 2s, 3s, or whatever that you can't find anywhere else. So I'm gonna pay $500 for some shoes that was $12.
He's buying them.
I'm not.
Ty, he didn't play in Kentucky anyway, so why are you buying them?
Yeah. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I actually never thought that we would be talking about, the clothes we wear, but I thought I was corny as hell. But I order all my stuff on Amazon Prime, and I get Under Armour stuff, and I order 3 of the same shorts, 3 of the same, shirts or whatever. But most of the stuff I wear is from Mad anyway. So
you're married.
I'm telling you,
I'm with Rich. Shout out Bell's Outlet in Milton, Florida, because they have all the name brand stuff, but like the size it may say large, but it's really an extra large, or it has a stitch that's off.
You got to be careful. You got to watch what you get, because you get a large and it's like an Asian large, and that's not that's not going to work. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Right?
It's like a Cobb small, right? I got you.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Well, Sergeant Major, I really appreciate you coming on. I said I was going to keep you for 15, 20, and I kept you for 43. So I can't tell time. I'm very sorry. I'm very glad that you came on, and it was great to catch up with you.
Before you go, Sergeant Major, I have to ask this question, because this is me being royalty. I have to ask because I was watching the news yesterday, and I was a little disturbed about the way things are going. I know November is a big date. I don't want to get into politics because I don't want to do it. But from your opinion, knowing what we know that we're up against now, and how big this election and everything is, and I'm not going to ask you to say where you're going, but from a leadership perspective, how do you feel about the way that the world is going in means of our troops, right? Because, you can go with all the others, the politics stuff can go any kind of way it goes. But for us being military people, we know our biggest asset is the people that we serve with, and the people that we're out there on the front lines with. And I always have this thing about, people who have the ability to say what they want to say or pick fights with other people, but they're not the ones that's doing the fight. How do you feel about that without saying left or right?
Yeah. That's a great question, because just a little while ago I was watching President Biden do his press conference and that, and I think whoever our president is going to be, we're going to have some major challenges in the next 4 or 5 years. I mean, there's a lot of things that worry me that's going on in the world right now, and we're not going to be able to talk our way out of them. I think that China is definitely going to be one of those countries. It's going to continue. They're not going to yield. Russia, their capability is being regenerated faster than initially anticipated, and I think Russia's not done yet either. I think the Ukraine is just a start. Until they're checked and checked hard, they're not going to stop. So I really worry about that, and I do think personally, both candidates, I wouldn't elect either one if it was up to me, because I think they're both too old.
Yeah.
I really believe that we've got to get some youth into politics, and we've got to get more civil in how we deal with each other. It's just kind of bleeding over, but I'm not really happy right now. And the thing that worries me the most is that I hear these morons on both sides talk about a civil war.
Right.
What do you think? Yeah. What do you think? People don't understand when they throw civil war out there. Right. They have no clue of what a civil war entails.
Right.
You're not getting your Social Security check. You're not going to be getting food stamps. You're not going to be getting support from the government. You're not getting subsidized gasoline. You're not going to get. I mean, right. It's like they just think it's like, well, we're gonna take over, and by God, our party is going to be in the thing, and this is the way it's going to be, and everything will go back to normal and be better. No, it's not. Right. It's not. I mean, it's just if you look at, it doesn't matter what side is out there that says it. Okay, so just for example, Trump gets elected. It doesn't mean that inflation ends overnight. It doesn't mean that Russia all of a sudden says, "Oh shit, time to pull out of Ukraine." Right. It doesn't mean any of this. And if Biden stays in there, it doesn't mean that everybody is all of a sudden going to have this big collective sigh of relief, saying, "Okay, now we've got it settled. We know who the president's going to be, and things are going to get better." It's not. We have put ourselves in this mess politically on both sides because they don't work together. It's almost a shame to call it politics because it's anything but. Yeah. And I guess the other thing that really frustrates me is that we've got to check our spending as a country. I mean, it is ridiculous. This I don't know if any of you have read the 2025 plan. Yeah, that's out there. But you know what does scare me is there's some stuff they're targeting veterans on. Yes. And I'm extremely worried about that. There's a lot of people that are up there writing these ideas and stuff like that have never served a day in their life. Absolutely. So, what makes them qualified to say that we deserve this or we don't deserve that? There's other things we can do to check our spending as a federal government that we could really work on our debt. But man, I just tell you, politics is just so abrasive right now with the left and the right. And, it doesn't matter who's president. One side's going to cry foul and not be happy. So, I mean, if Trump wins, the Democrats are going to say something was skewed. If Trump doesn't win, of course, they're all going to say it was skewed. So, yeah, our country is not doing ourselves any favors because everybody else is looking at us and they just see that, okay, all we have to do is get a few plants in social media to divide the country, and they've already done it.
Yeah.
Yep, just got to wait it out.
Yep. I thank you for that. I when you, it's not that often that I get a chance to talk to somebody of your caliber of military experience. So I just wondered how it was. And then because this is a veteran type podcast, I think it's important that we understand that these are real live things that are going on. And I think that, we have been blinded with so much other stuff that's going on in the world to take away from the real things that are going to really have a big effect on people. And people need to really pay attention to what the heck is going on, because there's going to be a rude awakening, no matter, like you said, no matter which way it goes. This isn't a matter of who it is. It's a matter of who we are, right? It's not a matter of who's going to be the president, but who we are as Americans and how we're going to come together to protect ourselves and ensure that our family, our loved ones, the people that are coming up after us and our military stay strong and our America stays strong. And it's very important. So I just wanted to put that out so that people who are listening and Americans around the world will take away all of the nonsense, the color, the race, and all that stuff, and focus on the big picture. This is a bigger cause than everything else.
So if I could I'll give you 2 more points. Yep. Sorry, Ty, if I'm running long, you'll just have to cut me off.
Yeah, right. Okay. Just keep going, Sergeant Major.
Try it. So I think, there you go. I think the one thing that definitely needs to happen, term limits, period. Full stop. Absolutely. Term limits for every politician there is. You can only do so many years as a senator. You can only do so many years as in the House. Presidents already have a term limit. I don't understand why the rest of them don't. And, that's got to happen for all politicians, because if you're a career politician, your constituents are not your major interest. It's making money. It's lobbyists and stuff like that. For God's sakes, you can just call it what it is. President Biden, look how long he's been in politics.
Right.
I've been alive. Well, and you look at some of these politicians, the newer ones that have come in, they came in, they were worth maybe $200,000. Now they're worth tens of millions. So don't tell me you're in it for the people. You're in it for the money. And secondly, I don't think any politician should get a guaranteed pension for serving. And the thing, most of them are already millionaires anyway. They don't need that stuff.
Right.
And then I think the same thing with Supreme Court. There should be term limits. It should not be appointed to life. Some of these guys are so damn old that, you cannot tell me that they're seeing okay, yes, I understand it's supposed to be just the law that you're interpreting and stuff like that. But how can Roe v. Wade or something like that have gone all of those years,
Right.
and everybody said it was fine, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, it's unconstitutional.
Right.
You know, so I think there needs to be term limits on them too, just to make it fair across the board. And then, you know, the last thing I would say to people, and I always told soldiers this: look, I'm not going to tell you how to vote. I'm going to tell you that you should vote. But the other thing is with Americans now is that we're just so damn uneducated, because all we do is we read the first headline we see that we like, and we do absolutely no research any further. You know, it just drives me crazy, some of this crap I see on social media that people post. And X, man, I tell you what, I could spend all day just pointing out idiots on X. Right. I'm just like, yeah, I mean, there you go. I mean, if I could reach through the screen and punch him, I'd do that. But they just regurgitate BS that is absolutely not true. And, you know, and both sides do it. I mean, there's lie after lie after lie. Do your research and really do it. Don't get skewed by just because, well, I lean a little bit right or I lean a little bit left, so I'm going to go with whatever they say, because they both lie. I mean, that's just the way they are. Politicians do not tell the truth. I mean, so, you know, those are a few things I always tell everybody is just do your research, but don't do it from Facebook. Don't do it from X. You know, I mean, honestly, I watch like 3 different versions of news. I watch ABC because I think they're very unbiased.
Yeah.
I watch BBC because I like to get a view of what other countries think of this. And believe it or not, I listen to and watch Al Jazeera because I think they totally different concept on from their perspective and stuff like that. So, you know, I try to vary the news, you know, but those are the 3 that I really kind of stick to. I don't watch Fox or CNN because, you know, it's a party channel. So it's whichever side you lean on. And so, but I do look at a lot of different perspectives. And then like when I do read the news, there's an app called Smart News. And so they pull stories from like USA Today, ABC News, NBC News, CBS, MSNBC, CNN, Fox, everybody. And you can read different perspectives of all of those of what's going on, different headlines in that, and then you just make up your decision based off of that. But man, if you're sticking to X or Facebook for your source of news, you get everything that's coming to you.
Right.
Whatever you like to look at is what they're going to feed you.
Absolutely. And I mean, they're already showing that, you know, that the Russians and the Chinese are already starting to infuse, you know, bogus information on social media to start, you know, tampering with the elections and that. So, I mean, you know, it's just, it is what it is. It's frustrating. But man, I tell you what, when these idiots talk about civil war, it chaps my ass because I tell you what, they don't know what civil war entails. And you know, again, half these SOBs never served a day in their life. You know, okay, it's one thing to pick up a rifle and that and shoot it, but to actually shoot it at somebody and think that you know you're not going to have any effects or anything else, you're full of shit.
You know what, Rich? What happened to the good old days when we got the best news from like Hustler Forum and Penthouse and Playboy columns? I don't know where America went wrong. You know, there's some good.
It went away from the magazine.
It went all when OnlyFans and Pornhub came out.
Yeah.
No, but you're absolutely right. I mean, you know, journalism is a dying art. It's you know, it's just it's sound bites and stuff now. You know, and every politician does it. That's why some of these guys are just so outlandish and crazy, because they get the airtime from the stupid shit that they say or how they act. You know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, my grandfather would absolutely just flip out if he saw politicians acting like they are today. I mean,
I think
thank God he's passed away, because I think he'd be dead just watching any of these idiots out there. But it's shameful, honestly. I mean, it really it's not the America that I fought for, or that any of us did. And it's just, it's kind of frustrating to just kind of watch some of this stuff, fall apart on us. And, that we put all our blood, sweat, and tears in, and you just got these people that are out there throwing around Civil War like it's a PlayStation. Right. You ain't getting fucking rebrought. You're not getting brought back to life after I cap your ass.
There's no regen after that one. Yeah,
I'm doing it now, Matt. Rich Woodring, 2029 or whatever that is.
Yeah,
Rich.
Got mine,
bro. That'd be 2028. Unless they made 5-year president term, but I get it. GED, bro. GED.
Come on, dog.
Hey, yes, sir, Major. I deployed my youngest daughter from Texas State up to Waco, an ABC affiliate in Waco, KXXZ. She's a reporter up there, so she's a journalist. I've sent her into the game to change it for the better. So hopefully it works out.
Good. And so one last topic, the immigration thing, which just infuriates the dog piss out of me too. Because, and not so much of that, but, so I was an Arizona resident for a long time. It was my home of record and everything else. And I listened to these damn joker politicians, and they'd sit there and, when they're politicking in Arizona for jobs, like Kerry Lake was one of them and all that. They always go down to the border. I'm going to do something about this border, and I'm going to fix this border. Such and such ain't doing it, and president hasn't done this, and blah, blah, blah. And that's the only time you'll ever see their butt at the border, is when they're up for election. After that, they never do anything. You never see them again. You never hear the word border or anything else, because it's just that stupid button pushing of the hot topic, and then it's all forgotten about.
Right.
And I've said this a lot of times. Americans have short attention span deficit. I mean, we just remember when 9/11 happened. Never again. We're gonna get together. We're gonna hold this thing together. We're gonna protect this and everything. And now it's like, do we really need all this security? And it's ridiculous. I mean, it's just our attention, our anger about something is as long as the next news cycle where something else comes up, and then it's like, okay, move on. So it's a crazy world we live in, man.
If you want real news, follow Cadence McKenna. It's called News with Cadence. Go on there, follow her.
Okay.
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, that's my daughter.
That's his daughter. She has a page called News with Cadence McKenna.
I will. I'll be giving her some big time thumbs up. But gentlemen, I appreciate what you guys do for the veterans and everything else. And I just appreciate the whole fact that you guys are out there and you're making a difference. And that's what we need. We don't need people who are extreme on one end or the other. We need people that are they're willing to sit in the middle and just say, hey, think. I'm not saying one side's right or the other side, but think about what you're getting yourself into and where our country is. And, neither side has all the answers. And it's just, our government has just really been ineffective for about the last, honestly, 8 years, because it's just nothing but infighting in the Senate and the House. And, it's like, okay, well, if such and such gets elected, we're going to scorch earth on everybody else. And if such and such gets elected, we're not going to do anything to support him because it was stolen or this or that or the other. So, the only people you're hurting is all of us. And it's just sad. I mean, you see the homeless population is increasing. People can't afford stuff. We just got to fix our country.
Yeah. It's no more may the best man win mentality.
No,
right?
No.
You would think that you get these,
it's my guy or nothing, right? It's my guy or nothing.
You think about it,
way or no way.
You got two people who are supposed to be the two people out of all of these people in America. These are the two that we have. But it's got to be, is now to the point where if you go this way, is this, and this way is that. It's like gangs almost. You choose the thing that you're going to be on. But at the end of the day, what it should be is that, hey, listen, I know that we're different, and I know that we're both trying to win this thing. But at the end of the day, the people of America should know that these two people standing here have America's best interests at hand. That's the goal. And it's going to be a tight race. If you have two greatly qualified people who really have that vision, it's going to be a fight. It's like Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali. You got two great champions. You know who's better. I don't know. You really want to see both of them win, but at the end of the day, you know it's going to be a great fight. But at the end of it, you know that you got a great champion that's sitting in that high seat. And at this point in time, just being honest, no matter which way it goes, I don't feel like either one of those will be the best two people that we have out of all the people in the world to run our country. And that's what I was concerned about. And I appreciate your honesty.
Rich and myself, I'm gonna be his VP. No. I got this. You got it. Rich, Alf. I'm the firecracker, bro. I got this.
That's the ticket, man.
I'll put hands on people on the Senate floor. Don't get fucking around.
That's a ticket right there. I mean, I could just, I could be staring at Putin and be like, "Hey, listen, do you really want me to unleash Al on you?"
Putin, you want me to Putin? I will stop. Don't get stupid, Putin.
And don't even get me started on Kim, man. I'd be like, "Hey, roly poly, man, you got no chance in hell. So just give it up." Guys. I just think that that's the right thing. Is that us as veterans and that we've got to be the even keel. I just look at some of the stuff that I see on X with some of these veterans, man, and oh my God, it just scares the crap out of me. They're just not. They're not thinking, and they're not the even keel. And, that's what worries me, that, we're going to have some idiot, regardless of who gets elected, that's going to do something stupid. And it's just going to, it's embarrassing. And I just hope it's not a military nexus, because then it just makes the military look bad too.
Right.
Yeah.
So, inshallah.
Well, thank you.
Inshallah. I said that to my kids the other day in a group chat, and they're like, "What does that mean?" They were asking me for money.
If all hell breaks loose, Iraq might actually be better than we are right now. So, who knows?
Well, I appreciate
Well, Sergeant Major, I was not expecting that insight from you. I didn't mean to put you on the spot if we did, but thank you very much for your insight.
That was a lot of form of the hot seat, man. You know what I mean? I did. But you did good again. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. I knew you could handle it.
No, that's awesome, guys. I love it. I appreciate it, and thanks for what you do. And I hope to talk to you all again soon.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yeah, next time you come on, you got to wear the old black glasses with the strap and some 101.
You know what? I found those the other day.
Yeah.
So the gas mask glasses for the gas mask?
Oh yeah, I got them. I got them.
You used to wear them.
Retention strap.
You ain't lived until you had a knife hand in your face at PT in the morning, and a sergeant major's got them, or sergeant first class Woodring had those black glasses on, pointing at you. Hey, y'all better run over there, because you had to be there. But
let me see it again. So I put that back on the screen. I need that.
Oh, hold on. Let me do the real one.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I think, Ty, what you were talking about is, like I said, hey, look, man, there's gazelles, or no, wait, there's gazelles and lions out there on the PT track, and I said, you're going to be the one getting your ass caught if you're walking. So, it's just one of those things. But yeah, I will. Next time you hit me up, Ty, I'll have my shirt and my glasses.
Absolutely. I just got from the gentleman that's doing the 101 MP Company shirts in the thing. I just got mine in the mail, so I'll wear it next time as well. Yes, sir.
Is it a good shirt?
It's good quality. It's probably just as good or better quality than what we had back in the 90s. So
awesome, man.
If it doesn't say "got your 6" on the sleeve, it ain't shit.
Yeah, but it was a guy that I think he did it with a cricket. So so it's not like your shirts, right? It's not like your shirts, Matt. It's not that.
Yeah,
bro. This is the MP company. We got to up our game, dude.
Bro, I'm getting me a cricket tomorrow.
We'll do a reunion shirt the next time they have a.
Nope. I'm buying a cricket tomorrow. I'm going to start my own company called Got Your 7. I'm doing my own shit. Got your 7.
We almost like got your 6. We're just a little bit over
We're
here.
a little off. I ain't quite gonna get your back. I don't know you like that. I'm right a little bit behind you.
Right.
Well, then, I guess I'm going to do got your 5.
There you go. Yeah.
We got all the parameters covered. We got
plagiarism is the greatest form of flattery. I'm just letting you guys know.
There you go.
That's what I heard.
There you go.
All right, Sergeant Major. We'll talk to you soon. Aerosol.
All right. Take care, guys. Aerosol.
Black and gold. That's
right.
what I'm talking about.
Well,
so I'd like to take this time to officially declare myself running for vice president.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. One of y'all give me a call. Ty will help you win this election, and we will bring levity back to this country. I mean, I'm your VP, baby. One of y'all is going to win. Just pick me. I'll be your VP.
Hey, Matt, I just thought of something. I need a T-shirt that says "Got Your Mix."
Hell yeah, bro!
Good, I did there.
We should all get one that says.
I have an order for you too. It's ready, but we had a hurricane, so
yeah, it's all good. Yeah, got your 6.
Got your mix.
I got like there's a whole bunch of ideas flowing through what you could do with that. Oh yeah.
Well, man, that was great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
As always. I mean, hello.
Yeah, that's
Would you
what
think
we
it
do,
would have gone any other way?
No, I guess I mean I know it's always going to be good, but you know how like we just coming off the hurricane, and you know me and Scott just got power today. I had to try to get some shit done because I had the issue with my electric. So all the shit was stacked against us, but we still came together, had a good show, and shout out to Astin Muse, aka Army Muse, who's going to be on tonight, but she was driving through Texas, but she decided not to drive through Texas because of this damn hurricane. Yeah. So she said she'll contact us and we'll get her on real soon. But yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yes, sir. Bubba Westly, the man, and my man, Mr. Woodring, of course. You know what this is. This is the Triple Threat Vet Podcast, man. You can't get this anywhere else. We're the best. It's like DJ Khaled. We the best. We the best. We do this. You know what I'm saying? But it wouldn't be anything without my brothers, because my brothers make it happen. That's what we do. My man Matt, my man Al, my man Ty, and me, DJ World T. We're going to take over the world. Vote for us. 2028. Is that right? Would it be 2028?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Vote for us now.
That's it.
Man. Vote for us now. You don't have to wait till 2028. Vote for us. Best podcast now. Tell everybody you know. If they're not listening to us, I don't know what they're listening to. You know, everything else is just a bunch of bullcrap anyway.
Except for David Willis.
Listen to us. We're going to give you the real deal. You know what I'm saying?
Say it again, Al.
Except for my boy David Willis. His shit's fire too. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If you don't listen to us, you better listen to our boy. Everybody else can suck my
And shouts out to Dave and Julie.
Man,
Sarah.
We're just in an aggressive type mood tonight, Al.
And
Brett. I'm ready to smack some damn communist motherfuckers. And
now, Rich LaMonica is aerosol himself, so you know he's got to be on our team.
Yeah. So Al's in an aggressive mood, but Ty and Scott, they're hyped up on Mountain Dew, man, because you know at like 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock
just happy they got some AC, bro. They ain't sweating and shit.
The power kicks on. You hear them go, oh,
yeah. Oh,
he got the power.
That's about what happened.
Scott can actually sleep with pajamas on tonight. He ain't got to be sweating in the sheets, just naked on the mattress like he's poor. Yeah, man, damn.
I'm talking about all the way, buck starch naked, bro.
Just sweat, still sweat.
I got spider bites in places that you don't want to ever have spider bites. I don't even know what the hell. I thought it was too hot for spiders to be in there, but for some reason
they're trying to get in the shade, bro.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Find a nice little cheek to get up on. Yeah.
Hey, one quick producer note. So next week we start having guests for season 2 again. So next week we are having
Chris
Matt. Yeah.
Yeah. We have a lot of guests. We have a lot of guests that give you guys a lot of things to think about and a lot of things that are worth hearing because the story is amazing. This is another guy that the only thing I'd say is you got to tune in and watch. You have to hear what he has to say and then see how passionate he is about where he's at today. It'll resonate with people more than just from the military. I'll tell you that. Like he resonates with a lot of people. He's going to be one to watch for sure.
Yeah, I was his chief for a little while. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize you served with him. So that's going to be I mean, I'm telling you, had no idea, and then lo and behold, we show up to a softball game, and you served with him. Small world.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You Chiefs cast a wide net. All right, yeah, that's all I wanted to hit up.
Yeah. All right, so Al, what you got for us, man? Before we do what we do.
I'm just glad my brothers are doing good. Glad your power's back on. Glad your families are safe. I really don't have a whole lot. It's my daughter's birthday this weekend, so happy birthday to Kenzie Bug. She's turning 10, hitting them double digits. So happy for her. Just want to wish her happy birthday. So she's had like 6 fucking birthdays. We had a birthday last weekend in Florida. She had a birthday dinner tonight. We got a birthday party on. I think if by my calculation, she's really about to be 17 because she's had like 7 damn birthdays. But now, princess, she's the only one I love. Happy birthday to my baby doll.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. My man, Matt J. What you got to say, brother?
I don't have much. I do want to also, to everybody out there that'll hear this after today, because if you don't have power, you're probably not listening to this because you're conserving energy. We're thinking about you. We hope that it comes back soon. And if you're a neighbor out there that is hearing this and you have power and you have the necessities to help people, do that. Go to your neighbors, offer them a lending hand, be that person you want somebody to be for you, to make sure that everybody that doesn't have as much as you do can make it through. Remember, everybody has to have everybody's 6 in order for us to move on. So, help your neighbors, stay safe out there, and we'll see you guys next week.
Well said, my brother. And to the man, Mr. Wax Poetic himself, my man TY, sounding like $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Sounding great, looking great, beer looking good. The power going out can't stop us. You know what I'm saying? They weren't going.
Oh, yeah. I still had to groom myself this morning.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give it to you, my man.
Well, I first of all, Al, love you. Thanks for being back on the show. It's nice to have all 4 of us together. Matt, you travel well. Get back to Houston soon. Love you, brother. And Scott, thanks for doing the show. That was a rough 4 days to go through that, and to be able to do this show, this makes it worth it. And then I want to give a huge shout out to the Glenlock Farms Homeowners Association board. Like the communication that we had back and forth with messages being relayed from Centerpoint, just keeping people informed about what's going on. There's a certain guy in our neighborhood named Cristino Sanchez. He was a veteran. Probably going to have him on. He's a nurse now, so probably going to have him on the show sometime. Very, very comedic in all of his posts. But the fact that we have such a huge homeowners association, thousands of homes, and the way everyone comes together during the hurricane and communicates and offers, generators or people to come over to do their laundry or whatever the case may be. It's just like what Matt said. The neighbors that I have in this neighborhood, I know you're like 10 miles away from me, Scott. The Houston as a whole, I love the camaraderie that we have, and just so salute to them, but especially the Glenlock Farms Homeowners Association board. Thank you all for your effort.
There you go. And for myself, I don't really have much to say except for, if you live in Houston, if you've lived in Houston in the last 5 to 9 years, you've seen just about everything. So shout out to Houston, because Houston, we are strong. But we're strong because of the people of Houston. America, don't forget that we are strong. And we are strong because the Americans in America. Don't let sides sway who you are. Stay true to yourself. It doesn't hurt to love. It doesn't hurt to smile. Be the first one to smile when you see somebody, because a good smile brings on another smile. You start to smile. Look out for your neighbors. Look out for your family. Look out for your friends. And most of all, come back and see us again next week. Where there's love, there's life. Where there's life, there's love. You got to give it. Get up and do something for yourself. Get up, get out there. Be your best you. Remember, somebody's looking for you tomorrow to be there. Get your ass up and be there. And until I see you again, my friends, Much love, peace, stay well, and blessings. This is Triple Threat Vet Podcast. I'm your man, DJ Royalty. We out. Peace.